Well, welcome to today's Healthy Fit Stretch Mobility and Stretch for Seniors. We are going to work on opening up our chest, improving our mobility in the way that we walk and sit. I'm going to use a resistance band, like this Stroops band, for some of the work, and this activator ball for our foot stretches today. We're going to start by doing some release on our feet. You can have a seat. So with this particular ball, we would press, quarter turn, and release. If we're not using the ball, we can massage with our thumbs, making an X pattern. So if you have shoes on, you want to take your shoes off for this part of the stretching. A lot of times we get tightness in our feet, and it can cause foot pain, reduced mobility, plantar fasciitis. So we're going to try to release that either using this X pattern, starting at your heel, working up to the ball of your foot, or using a tool like this, massaging up. So the amount of pressure that you use as you do this is personalized. Everyone is a little bit different.
So can I use my thumbs right now?
Yep, use your thumbs and massage up through the arch of the foot, through the ball of your foot, trying to loosen up that fascia tissue. So our feet are the first point in the kinetic chain, and especially if we're wearing high heels a lot, our feet get kind of squinched up, and we need to get that tightness out. You can even do a little bit of traction on your toes, so just gently pull on each one of your toes. Wiggle it slightly to just kind of stretch them out. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. So you're either using a ball, pressing, quarter turn, working your way up, or using your thumbs, kind of just massaging in that X pattern. Let me turn this way. Making X's. And again, the pressure that you use is really going to depend on what feels good for you. We want to release that tissue because the fascia tissue gets stuck like Velcro, and we want that Velcro to get released to allow us better mobility in our feet.
Well, I know you said high heels, but like around the house, I go barefoot.
Barefoot is good because that helps exercise your foot muscles.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move on to the calf muscle. So here we can use more of a squeezing. Or again, you could use the ball and rotate and press. We want to work all the way around the back of the calf. You have 3 muscle heads on your calf, and we want to release that tightness. Noticing any tight areas here. Let's do that.
This moment it was really dancing and competing. That would have been helpful.
Yes. This is helpful for lots of people because we get tightness in our feet and our calves, and it can cause foot pain. And that plantar fasciitis is a common problem. All right, now that we've loosened that up, we're going to come to a standing position. So I'm going to move this chair out of the way. Now that our feet are loosened up a little bit, we're going to practice and exercise our feet with some foot fitness. So the first thing I want you to do is, as you lift your toes up off the floor, well, first we want to be centered. So center your body weight. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. Try to center your weight evenly on the balls of your feet, your heels, and your toes. Once you've done that, I want you to lift your toes up off the mat, spread them out as much as you can, set them down and kind of grip the mat, and you should see the inside of your foot activate. Spread your toes and press down. Lift, spread, and lower, activating the toes. Activating the arch of the foot. All right, relax that. Now we're just going to try to lift up that big toe. Lift and lower. We're creating neural synapses, making our brain move that toe. You can look down at your toe if it helps. Sometimes it helps to look at what you're doing, to send the message to move that toe. Now let's rock from the inside of the foot to the outside, kind of stretching out gently our ankle.
It feels like it pulls on your leg muscles.
It does a little bit. It's going to stretch some things out. I've noticed as I've aged, my ankles tend to get tight, so this helps. Now let's turn to the side. I'm just going to show you. You're going to press as you lift your heel, press your toes into the floor. Press. Press. One more on this side. And the other foot. Lift and press. Spreading those toes, giving them a good stretch.
Okay. Were you going to do that in a show when you're doing Latin dancing?
Yes. All right, I'm going to come back to a seated position. This is where we're going to use that resistance band. Let's see. Probably right about here so you can see. So as we use this band, we want to wrap it around the foot so that it doesn't fly off, so it's nice and secure, and then it gives us resistance. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Have your band even on both sides. Place it over the top of the foot, kind of by the arch, and then wrap it around the foot on both directions. So it's nice and secure. It's not going to come off. We're going to extend that foot. You can have it on the ground, but you can't really see that well there, so I'm turning to the side. We're going to point and flex. Now your hands here, you can pull this a little bit tighter if you want a little bit more resistance. Point and flex. Point and flex. Working on that mobility, that flexion, plantar flexion and dorsiflexion of the foot.
Well, does this help you with your calves to get stronger? I mean,
it's for your calves, but also your foot muscles and your ankle mobility. So we're working a few different things right here. One more, and then we're going to switch to the other foot. So gently release that. And again, the way that you set this up is you place it over the top of your foot and then wrap it around the arch so it's nice and secure. Hold on to your band, point and flex. You can rest your heel on the ground if you'd like. Point and flex.
Well, yeah, I'm right-handed, so I use my right foot a lot, so it probably gets battered a lot.
Point and flex. Couple more.
Tell me if I'm doing it wrong, okay?
I can't see your feet right now, so I'm going to assume you're doing it right if you're pointing and flexing. Everyone's mobility is going to be a little bit different. One direction might be easier than the other direction, but you have a lot of muscles in your foot and a lot of connections. Let's go ahead and release that. So we're kind of exercising everything. Now we're going to do some ankle rotations. So just gently rolling your one ankle at a time in one direction.
That's kind of like...
We don't want to apply really any pressure. We're just trying to get that movement. Lubricate the joints in the ankle. Move it in the other direction now. All right, let's switch to the other foot. Just nice little circles, not applying really any pressure. And in the other direction. gonna move into some calf raises now. So you have the option of doing these seated in the chair or standing. We're gonna do these in 3 directions. So the first one, our feet are parallel.
Okay.
Nice tall posture. We're gonna press off on to the balls of our feet. Lift and lower. So as we do this, we wanna try to get our foot so it's lifting evenly. It's not rolling to the inside or outside. Remember, as we did our warm-up, we supinated and pronated the foot. We want to press off evenly. This is going to create ankle stability to prevent injury. If you misstep, your ankle has to be able to catch you on the side here on one foot. One more. All right, so now we're going to put our feet outward in a gentle plie. We don't have to have our feet like ballet stance, so you can leave a little bit of space in between. You can use your chair for balance, or you could be seated for this also. Lift and lower. So again, we want to push off the balls of the feet evenly. You can look down and see, are you pressing evenly, or is your foot rolling to one part or another? Spread those toes for balance. Squeezing the calf muscle. Squeeze, lift, and lower. Again, this is strengthening our muscles in our feet, our calves, creating ankle stability. One more. All right, the next one, we're gonna point our toes inward, kind of like a duck. So again, your feet don't have to be super close together, but we're working different muscles of the calf, and so we have to turn our feet different ways. Again, pressing off, lift and lower, lift and lower. Create that stability. Use your core muscles also for that nice tall posture. One more. All right. We are going to move into a sun salutation now. So I'm going to move my chair here on the mat. Make sure your chair or your desk that you're using isn't going to move when we lean on it. So face your chair or your desk. I have a little bit of space here because we don't want to hit our head on our support object. Big inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Feel that?
Down?
Yes, feel that good stretch in the back of your legs. And then come into a plank on your chair or your desk. Nice long line through the spine. So a couple things I want you to think about. Think about having a string coming up from your head. You have a nice long line from your foot all the way up your back. So your back's not arched or sticking out. We want to try to be straight like a board. If it's
Are your feet together? Are your feet together?
They're pretty much together.
All right. I have mine spread. Okay.
If it feels more comfortable to have them a little bit wider for a bigger base of support, you can do that. We have space under our chin, so we're kind of looking out to the front to have that good neutral spine. And I want you to think about having your chest, when we're doing this movement, whether we're on the chair, that we're kind of pulling our arms towards the outside to keep our chest open and wide, and we want some nice deep breaths. All of our movements that we do today, we need to practice nice deep breathing. Couple deep breaths here. Imagine yourself pulling your arms. You can even apply some tension to kind of open your chest. Think open and wide. Nice long spine. Nice deep breaths. Now let's push back into that down dog. So you look like a 7 here, and your arms are stretched. You should feel a good stretch from your pinky all the way down your hip bone. I'm going to even scoot back a little bit more to get a better stretch. 2 more deep breaths right here. Slow and long deep breaths. Still thinking about opening up the chest. You're looking straight down at the floor for good alignment. Bend those knees, right and left, right and left, right and left. 2 more. Come back into a plank. 2 deep breaths here. Step it in, 1 foot into a split lunge. So our chest is open and wide still, looking out in front of our chair or our desk. That back heel is elevated, but we're going to press it down for a calf stretch. The heel doesn't have to touch the floor. I just want you to feel that good stretch up the back of your calf, yes? Yeah. Good. All right, step it in, switch, split stance or a lunge on the other side. Again, you start with the heel off the ground. Nice tall posture. You can lean forward a little bit if you'd like to have that good alignment here, looking out in the front of your chair. Press the heel down to the floor. Towards the floor. Again, it doesn't have to touch the floor. I just want you to feel that good calf stretch. All right, step it in. We've done some stretching and some exercises for our lower body. Now we're going to work on our upper body, because when we're sitting at a desk for long periods of time or sitting on the sofa, we tend to, or working on our computers or our phones, we tend to get a rounded shoulder posture. So again, what we're trying to do is get good alignment through our trunk or our thoracopelvic cylinder where we breathe. Open up the chest, elongate the spine. So I'm going to again move closer. What did I do with my little ball? Here it is. So we can again use a tool like this on the shoulders, or we can use our arm to kind of, our hand to kind of squeeze and release the tension in the top of the shoulders here.
I noticed that, especially at when I get up in the afternoon, I've been over the computer and it's just like.
Yes, this area is going to hold a lot of tension, and that's going to really bring a pronounced closed posture. And again, we were trying to open up the chest to enable better breathing and alignment of our body. So as you get up to the neck, you're going to take your fingertips and do small circles. If you have the activator, you could use this with a rocking motion. All the way up to your jawline. Work your way down. Work it to the back of your neck here. Applying pressure. Let's do that on the other side. Again, using that squeezing, or you can press. You can do circles. Usually on my neck, I like a lighter touch, and on the shoulders, really to break up that tension, I'm going to use a firmer squeeze. Do what feels good for you. Everyone has a different sensitivity level, and that's the great thing about self-myofascial release, is that you can customize it to what you need. All right, so this forward posture that we have, usually we have tight lats, and the lats are the muscle that wraps around our lower back and connects in our shoulder here. So starting at your bottom ribs, working your way up to the armpit. Again, you can use that squeezing Or you could use a ball, rotate and press. We're going to try to release some of that tightness. Let's do that on the other side. Finding any sensitive areas. You can even do little pressure point pressing. If you find a sensitive area, hold it on that spot and breathe deeply.
Man, I got one over here when we were messing around over here.
Yeah. All right. Now that we've loosened up our upper body a little bit, let's do some neck exercises, starting with a neck retraction. So I'm going to turn to the side. We want to practice getting our alignment of our thoraco-pelvic cylinder. So our pelvis is in alignment with our chest. Our neck is nice and tall. Imagine that string coming from your head. You're going to put your hand right here on your chin and just gently push back, pulling it back gently. Now, what I want you to remember when you do this is that your muscles are all relaxed in your neck. Because forward, when our head's forward like this and we're working and our heads dip down, we're creating lots of superficial muscles are activated in our neck and our shoulders. And we want those muscles to relax so we can get that good alignment of our head and our chest. Nice and easy. All right. I'm going to turn back to the front now. We're going to turn and look to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. One more. Bring it back to center. Drop your head gently to one side and you're going to feel a stretch here. If you want a little bit more stretch, you can place your hand on the top of the head and just rest it there. You don't need to pull on your neck. We just want to enhance the gentle stretch we have there. Couple nice deep breaths. Let's do that on the other side. Bring your head center. Nice tall posture. Drop your head to one side. Feel the stretch on the opposite side. You want a little bit more stretch, gently place your hand on the top of the head and allow it to relax. Deep breaths. Come back to center. The next sun salutation, I'm going to encourage you to do this up along a wall instead of a chair. So when you do this, I'm going to kind of demonstrate, pretend here that I have an imaginary wall in front of me. When we do this wall plank, we want our hands shoulder width apart, and we're going to extend our arms onto the wall and then step back at a distance that we can have that good alignment like we did on the chair for our plank. And as we breathe, we're going to pull apart. Like our hands are not actually going to move, but we're going to pull our arms towards the outside to open up the chest, keeping that long neck and keeping that neck nice and soft for 3 to 5 breaths. So our first part, you could be facing the wall. Inhale up. I'll give you a minute to get to the wall if you're not at the wall right here. Exhale, forward fold. Allow your head to drop. Half lift, shoulders back. This is where we have the shape of a 7. See our 7? Roll it up one vertebrae at a time, and you're going to come over to the wall. So your arms are going to be at shoulder height, elbows away from your body just slightly. This is our home position. So we're going to get on the wall here and step away just slightly. Getting that good alignment, you're looking directly at whatever is in front of you. Don't look down at your feet. Your hands are spread on the wall. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, press those hands towards the outside, away from you to the left and the right. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths. So again, as we do this, I want you to have your nice alignment through your thoraco-pelvic cylinder, your long spine. Exhale, we're pressing, pulling apart our arms to the outside. Nice long neck. Soften those neck muscles. One more. And relax. Our next exercise, we're going to use our band on the chair. So the way that you're going to attach it, take your band, make sure it's even on both sides, and fold it in half. So you're creating a loop. Does your chair have a space at the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna put it through that hole at the top of your chair and feed the ends through the hole so it's attached to the chair. Okay. If your chair doesn't have the mechanism to do this, you can just wrap it around your back to do this exercise. I like it on the chair though, it's a little bit more secure. And you're gonna hold your band with both arms.
Okay, wait a minute.
Your non-working arm is your stability arm. So that's the arm that's either bent across your chest or pressing out. Nice tall posture. So I want you to even your sits bones in the chair so both butt cheeks are even. Keep that alignment of your spine. Imagine your spine, your vertebrae going up. Even alignment, that neck, like you have a string coming up, pulling you upward. So good posture. Get your band stable. Your other arm is similar to the distance that we used on the wall. So your elbows out just ever so slightly. It doesn't need to be kinked in because we want to create open chest. We're going to press to the front. Single arm. Press. Nice deep breaths. Press. Press. And with the shorter band, you're going to just hold it so that you have a little bit of resistance. Okay. Up at the top, this is your stability hand. Your other arm is your chest press hand. So you're pressing to the front. Press. You want to have enough resistance. You don't have so much resistance that you feel tension, but we want to control the breathing as we press. So I'm going to have a little bit of tension as I come in. My band is still tight, and you can adjust it kind of as you feel you need to if you have this type of band. Control it as we press in and out. Nice deep breaths. All right, we're gonna switch to the other side. So again, if you have this short type band, you have tension on your band, your arm is slightly away from your body. Good alignment. This arm here is your supporting arm as we press and push. This is a chest press exercise. If your band is attached to the chair, we've got our supporting arm out. The other arm is our pushing arm as we chest press. Open and wide. Deep breathing. relax. We've got one more exercise before we do another stretch using our resistance band, so you can unhook it if you had it attached to your chair. This we're going to do, you can either do it seated in a chair or along the wall. So what I want you to do is bring your arms to your sides. Think of your chest open and wide, and have a little bit of tension on your band. So that's straight across your body. Then we're gonna bend the elbows here. Still have tension on it. We're not killing it. We're not trying to like really pull too much here. Just having some resistance, because that's gonna help open up your chest. So right here, our arms are alongside our body. We're gonna press out and in. This is where it's helpful to be up against the wall, because I don't want you to extend your arms back too far. We want to have that good alignment as we press and pull, pushing and pulling, keeping that band tight as we press and bring it back. Looking down will kink your neck, so we want to look straight ahead. Again, thinking long spine, like you have that string coming up from your head. Press out and in, keeping the tension on that band. So my arms, the band is tight. Nice deep breaths. As we press, exhale. Bring it back in, inhale. Exhale. One more. Relax the band, set it aside. I'm gonna move this chair out of the way. Standing cat-cow. So your hands come to your thighs. Arching your back slightly. So stick your butt out and you're looking out in front of you. Exhale, inhale. Press your back towards the ceiling, look down at the floor. So this is a little bit of spinal mobility to finish. Nice deep breaths. Allow your breath to dictate your movement as we press up like a cat. Exhale, let your belly drop like a cow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Coming back to a seated position on our chair.
But that puts your leg muscles in the back. Too.
We're going to inhale and reach forward like you're trying to set something down in front of you, or reach down like you're trying to put on a shoe. Allow your head to drop. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Coming up, we're going to take one arm across the thigh for a shoulder stretch. So we want to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Reach the other arm down towards your toes again, allowing your head to drop. Deep breaths. One more deep breath. All right, other side, arm across the body, shoulder away from the ear. Reach down with your other arm towards your foot. Deep breaths for 3. And roll it up. I hope you feel like your chest is open more, that you feel taller, your spine is lengthened, and you feel great have an improved mobility from today's session. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at SMR Stretch and at Healthy Fit Seniors Camp.